Hey YouTube, welcome to the new channel Living on the Edge. I am the newest host for the collab, and so I'm just doing this video to give a little introduction to myself. So I'm Ruth, I'm 24, almost 25, and I've had various eating disorders from the age of 11 up until now. I kind of had issues going back before that, but by the age of 11 it was sort of a diagnosable condition really. In the first couple of years, first year at least, my behaviour was very much more sort of anorexic behaviour, though I would never have been diagnosed anorexic because I was never underweight, and my behaviour quite quickly developed into bulimia, probably more because of circumstances at the time, in that I was still living at home and obviously very young, so it was a lot easier for me to kind of eat and then get rid of the food rather than making up excuses all the time to not eat and to get away with it. So then probably in my later teens, when I was able to sort of avoid home and stay out as often as I could and lived away from home quite a lot, I was able to restrict again, and was more along the lines of bulimorexia, anorexia again, in terms of behaviour, not in terms of diagnostic criteria. And then I sort of had a couple of years in my early 20s that I had thought was recovery, but since have kind of realised that it wasn't recovery at all. I basically just moved from bulimic behaviour into binge eating disorder, and I didn't really know what binge eating disorder was, so I wasn't aware of what I was doing, but because I wasn't purging and I wasn't fasting, I kind of had convinced myself that that was recovery, when actually now I realise that it wasn't at all. Obviously that meant that I gained like massive amounts of weight, and then 2 years ago I relapsed back into bulimia again, and that's kind of where I've been since, and that's where I'm at now. A good day for me at the moment will be binging and purging once or twice a day. A bad day at the moment for me, I can binge and purge 8 to 10 times in one day, just basically spend the whole day doing that. So things aren't good at the moment, things aren't easy at all. But although kind of I'm struggling with it very much so and living with it day to day, my mindset is definitely recovery focused. Recovery is definitely what I want for myself and for my life. To be healthy, to be well, and to be eating disorder free is definitely my aim. I'm currently awaiting treatment. I have been waiting for about 10 or 11 months now. I've finally been referred to the eating disorder clinic, and I should be seen within a month to 2 months. That's kind of the plan at the moment. I don't know yet whether I'll be inpatient or outpatient, or what the plan will be. Most probably outpatient, because here it's quite rare to be bulimic and get an inpatient treatment facility unless you're like critically underweight. So yeah, I've had, like I say, these various disorders over the years, and I've never been underweight from my eating disorder. I've always been overweight or more. I've never been somebody that you would say looks like somebody that has an eating disorder. And I guess that's why I do these videos for YouTube. I have my own channel as well, which I'll post the link for in the information box. But it's a massive kind of mission, I guess, of mine to give a voice to our eating disorders. I think that these disorders thrive on secrecy and people hiding it from family and friends and stuff, and that's how things go undetected and untreated for so long. But not only that, I feel like people particularly those that don't fit the stereotypical view of what an eating disorder person looks like, are even more fearful of speaking out about their eating disorder. I know for me, because I've never been underweight at all, I've always been overweight, it was kind of a massive barrier for me in getting help and speaking out and sort of telling people about what I was going through, because I always thought no one would take me seriously or even believe me because I wasn't thin, and I think that's something that everyone feels, even if they are thin, because they don't realise that they're thin. But I think that it's even more of an issue for those that are overweight, because we're kind of given this message of what an eating disorder person looks like, and it's not quite the truth. So that's part of the reason why I do these videos, is to give a voice to those people that don't tick all the boxes for what people think an eating disorder sufferer should look like. And people only think that because there's so much silence surrounding the subject. People don't speak out and say, actually, that's not quite right. Over the years I've met quite a lot of people that are overweight, some only by a little bit, some by a lot, that still suffer from bulimia and still suffer from anorexic behaviours as well. And yet those people don't tell anyone for fear of not being believed. And unless we speak out, these perceptions aren't going to be changed. So that's kind of my reasoning for doing for joining the collab, definitely, and for having my own videos on my own channel, as well as just giving me a space to vent and a space to talk about things that I don't really talk about with people in my life, just for fear of not of upsetting them, really. And so yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. It was just a brief introduction. Obviously I'll speak more about things over time and over videos and stuff, but it's just to say hello, and yeah, I hope that people start to get a lot out of the channel and out of the videos and stuff that we're going to do. And for anyone that watches this, if you could pass on the information about the collab to sort of any friends you have on YouTube that also have eating disorders or that might be interested in the channel, that'd be great. We're just sort of trying to establish ourselves, and I'm only newly getting involved in this today, so I'm just finding my feet. So I'm sorry if this video isn't very good, but it's just to kind of give you a bit of background on me and to say hello. So thanks for watching, and yeah, watch out for more videos. Take care, guys. See you soon.